and welcome to my studio. My name is Tara Aaron, and I'm so happy to have you here today. My story as the artist in the cubicle begins, probably in 2009 is where it really kicked over. Um, I had spent a lot of my early career as an administrative professional regretting that I didn't make a more intentional and more creative choice of career. But in the early aughts, I was so excited to get a job working in entertainment production and over time to start to build a career path in that field. Very creative and just super exciting for someone who grew up thinking maybe being a background designer for Disney would be, production designer would be the coolest job in the world. But in about 2009, it became clear that that was not going to happen for me, in spite of my efforts. And I had to really seriously step back and think about why that was and what I wanted to do about it. And it took a long time, it took a lot of soul searching, but ultimately I came to the realization that actually no one else could do for me what I can do for myself. And so then I began the long and winding path that brings me to here today talking to you about what it means to create your own story and create your own success. It's not necessarily an easy path or a short one, but it could certainly help so much to have, to have guidance along the way. Now, although I had a realization way back in 2009 that I saw myself as a creative entrepreneur, I had a lot of knowledge gaps and a lot of self confidence gaps to sort of correct before I could get to that point. To begin with, I didn't even know what exactly I wanted to bring to market. Was it going to be my paintings or perhaps merchandise, be it based on my designs, or perhaps something else altogether? And over time, I began to have a sense that I think where I felt I wanted to work was more in the space of coaching and helping people to activate their own creative potential. So in 2018, I became certified as an intentional creativity teacher, one of the proudest accomplishments of my career. And, since then, though, I felt like there was still a little something missing. I felt like, teaching people this way of, for example, the 13-step painting method, etc., while I loved it, I felt like it sort of left my entire life as a professional off on the side. And I wanted to find a way to integrate that. And that is how Artist in a Cubicle came to be. The truth is that in contemporary business, there's often very little encouragement of and scope for imagination and creativity. It's not to say that there's no recognition, and in fact, there is increasingly a lot of recognition within businesses of the value of creativity to drive innovation and to improve employee satisfaction and retention. But that's not really my concern. My concern is you. My concern is the artist in the cubicle herself. There we are sitting day to day, pushing papers and churning out reports, but we really rely so little on the right side of our brain. And the product of our work can be so much richer if we just learned how to intentionally engage right-brained thinking in and integrated with the traditional toolkits of business to really to change the quality of our results. There are simply insights that are not accessible to us if we're only thinking with half our brain. So, what can you expect when you tune into the next episodes of Artist in a Cubicle? Well, I will be bringing you tools to help build your right brain thinking toolkit, and that's going to include both Artist in a Cubicle hybrid journaling practices, which combine elements of Ryder Carroll's bullet journaling with cosmic smashbooking from Kat Zelda Geller, and also some visual lexicon. These are simple images that we'll use to explore feelings and unpack problems and really sort of bypass some of our assumptions and biases to help get at new insights and perspectives on challenges that we face, both personally and professionally. The second thing I'm really excited about will be interviews with other artists in a cubicle. In fact, if you're an artist in a cubicle, I would love to talk to you. And there will be hopefully also interviews with other creative professionals from the Intentional Creativity Guild and others. There's just so much magnificent thought leadership coming out on the subject of creativity, both from behavioral psychology, but also its applications in business. And so I'm really looking forward to having some of the experts in this rapidly exploding field of creative thought leadership on the show here. And finally, of course, I've got to bring you and just share with you what's on my mind, what's inspiring me, whether it be from books and articles or from courses and classes that I'm taking, things that I'm reading. One of the most important things that you need to do if you are going to sort of cultivate and strengthen your creativity is you've got to court the muse. You have got to engage the muse and the seat of what inspires you. And so, I am just amazed by how much is out there. I'm discovering more every day. And so as I come across stuff that really clicks for me, I will be sharing it with you as well. Back in 2009, I realized that nobody else was going to be able to create for me the life that I wanted. So I sought out the tools, the teachers, and the inspiration I needed to change the course of my life. And now I invite you to join me on the journey and learn the way of the artist in the cubicle. Are you an artist in a cubicle too? And would you like 2021 to be your most creative year yet? Then join me on January 2nd for Visioning 2021, a very special workshop in which we will use both the right brain creative visualization and left brain strategic thinking to create a vision and an action plan for the coming year. For more information, go to www.taraerin.com/vision2021. I hope I'll see you there.